And my last point, and this is a very important point, people in the West love to talk about the problem of Islam, the problem of Muslims. They say Muslims treat women badly. Muslims are violent towards women. And you know why? Look at their Quran. Their Quran is the reason. Is that Isha time? Okay. Does anybody know a reason why this is not true? Because other people also treat women badly. Violence against women is a human problem. Do you know which country in the world rates the worst in terms of violence against women in the whole world? Not India, not Saudi Arabia. El Salvador. El Salvador. Do you know how many Muslims there are in El Salvador? Not very many. Okay. Latin America, actually, according to the 2012 UN report, is the worst region in terms of violence against women. And this goes to show how, I think, misleading public discussion in America is and the West is, because I didn't even know about dowry killings until like 2012. I didn't even know they existed. Maybe some of you are from India. You know what dowry killings are. Dowry killings is when a husband or a husband's family kills the new wife, or sometimes a wife that's been the wife for a while of the husband or of the son, because she's, her family didn't give enough presents, or because she's not being a good enough wife. According to a 2012 UN report, in 2009 there were some 5,600 dowry killings in India that year. That there's sometimes one killing a day in Delhi alone. And sometimes these women are burned alive. And then the family says it was a kitchen accident, and the police don't investigate it. This is a huge problem. No one in America even knows about this, because what are people in America always talking about? Honor killings. Muslims are the ones who are killed. There's more dowry, usually, according to the statistics we have for certain years, there are more killings in India amongst Hindus than of all the honor killings in the Muslim world. But no one even knows about that. Because when you get to blame Muslims and talk about how Muslims are the problem, who gets off the hook? Everybody else. Who gets off the hook? We in America get off the hook. We don't talk about violence against women in our own societies. And when I was in the UK last weekend, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I can't remember when it was, I was on the tube, the underground train, and the guy next to me is reading this big full-page headline. It says, Muslim convert beheads granny in garden. I was like, oh, wow. It turns out it wasn't a Muslim, okay? Some crazy person beheaded this lady. And then there was a few days later a very interesting newspaper article by a woman in a newspaper called The Spectator. She says, in my neighborhood in the last year, 3 women have been beheaded. Nobody talked about it. Nobody cared. Because this is important when it's terrorism, when it's Muslims being violent. Then people pay attention. But when it's our own society, no one cares. Because you said terrorism is important, but violence against women is the daily hum, is the background hum of our daily lives. This is what she said. This is a very important statement. People don't think about that. And when we allow ourselves to simply be when we allow ourselves to be the center of conversation, we say, please, let me defend Islam against your accusations that Islam is bad attacks women, or Islam is misogynist, Islam is unfair to women. Muslims have problems of violence against women in their communities. Muslims have problems of mistreatment of women in the United States, in every country. And those problems need to be addressed by the Muslim community. We need to address those issues. But it can't be an excuse that other people in our country don't also address the issues that they have. No, we can't be the scapegoat by which other people are allowed to avoid self-criticism.